Right, let's have a look at the equipment here that we're going to use today. We have something to lift the trim with. We have a T20 Torx bit, pull the screws off. We have a drill, in case I get bored of turning a screwdriver by hand. And we have a couple of cables. One of these is the single to double FACRA connector, because the existing head unit has a double connector on the back, and the new head unit has a single connector on the back. So that just clips in like that. Now that's ready to go. We also have the cable that's going to go in the back, which converts the existing quad lock connector behind there into the inputs required by this head unit. And then the final piece of the puzzle is this little splicing cable to which you connect the air conditioning controls to get to the CANBUS accessory circuit. So I will just follow the regular procedure to remove that, the trim all around, and remove the head unit. Okay, so you can see I removed this top bit. There's 3 screws holding that down through the T20s. I've now removed this trim with 2 screws at the top corners holding that in, and then it just pops off with pressure clips, as you can see there. Now, to get the stereo out, it's quite simple. Just got 4 more screws. There's all the wiring. So I'll bring it up. I'll see if I can get an angle on that so you can see what to expect. Okay. So we've got the quad lock connector and the dual FACRAs. And we're also going to have to get into that air conditioning control, and we'll do that in a minute. So the standard method online is to connect to the air conditioning control. So as you can see, I've pulled them out, and we'll have a look at the back. Look for those orangey cables. You can see there we have an orange brown CAN low and an orange green CAN high for the CAN accessory circuit. Okay, so I managed to get that out. You work on those red bits to pop them out. They're the locking clip. Then that will just, by pushing down on that black tab, will release the assembly and pull it out. Okay, and here's what it looks like on the back. Okay, here's your next step with that connector. I used my tiny screwdriver, as you can probably see there, to push that clip up, and then this block of connectors slides out. Okay, so now we have to pop out the orange, green, orange, brown, and splice into them with the cable I showed you earlier. So the orange, green, orange, brown are going to go into there in the correct points. Orange, brown being low should go to the black. Orange, brown, orange, green being high should go to the red, which goes into this quad lock connector to the car, to the new head unit. Okay, so those are going to go back where those ones came from, and those ones are going to go into here, and that's what splices it. As you can see, it splices the cable into 2. Okay, so the next step here, you might see I've removed that black connector from there. So what I had to do was basically, okay, wrong side. On this side, see the little hole? That's where this guy clips into. So I had to lever it out of that little hole, just lifting that casing enough that this could pop out the hole. And then itself, it has a little pop-up section. So you push your connectors through there, make sure you got them the right way around, have a good look at the cables on the other end to make sure they line up. Because in there are the pins. You might not be able to see in this light. Can you? Yeah, you can just about see the 2 little pins there. So what's going to happen is our CANBUS connectors there are going to go into here and clip in. Alright, so I finished that splicing job. See my cables packed under there. That's pretty much all I needed to do. I connected the quad lock stuff, you can just see poking at the back there. I plugged it into this bad boy, so the moment of truth. There we go. I haven't plugged the antenna in yet, so it might sound a bit scratchy. Now the good news is, the Bluetooth menu now works, the phone menu. Radio's working obviously, media if we inserted something. So this shows you the CANBUS is active. Normally it says key off, as I showed earlier in the video, if you have not connected this properly. So now you can start to connect your phone, and so on, you know, with the pairing process. Okay, great, so I'll plug this all back together, and we're done.